Hey guys, thank you for tuning in. Today I'm going to be making myself another survival cache, and I figured I'd bring you guys along for the ride and show you how I do it. And before I begin, I should probably define what a survival cache is. And it's basically a container that you're going to use to keep supplies in, which I'll get into the different supplies later, some of the different options. And you're going to bury the container with the supplies in it underground, and you want it to be protected from the elements, rain, and water. What I'm using to make my cache is PVC pipe, and there's some different options out there. Some people use ammo cans or 5-gallon buckets, but the most important thing to remember is that it needs to keep whatever you put in there dry and out of the elements. So what I have here is a little over 3 feet of 4-inch PVC pipe. And right here is a cap end, 4-inch. This was about $6.49. On the other end, I'm going to have a female adapter with a threaded cap. And also you're going to need some all-purpose cement. And altogether, the things you see here, other than this, cost me about $26. You could probably get it cheaper at Lowe's or Home Depot, but I went to a private business, a small business. The first thing I'm going to do is coat the outer edge of the pipe with the all-purpose cement. And make sure when you buy the cement it says for PVC. That's important. And I would do it pretty liberally. Don't be afraid to put a lot on there, because it needs to be watertight. And also I'm just going to put a little bit on the inside of the cap. And then I'm going to put the cap on. Make sure it's tight. And there you go. It's going to take a little while to dry. Something I should mention that's really important is that you don't get 2 cap ends like this for both ends, because then you're not going to be able to get it off when you need it. You have to have the female adapter with the screw cap, the threaded cap. And now I'm going to do this end. I'm going to coat it with the all-purpose cement. And make sure you don't get the cement in the threading. That wouldn't be a good idea. Going to put the cap on. And again, make sure it's on real tight. And then you're going to let it dry. So drying times on the cement will be different depending on what brand you get. This one will take about 2 hours to cure completely, and 15 minutes for good handling strength. But again, it'll vary depending on what type of cement you decide to buy. Alright guys, now I'm going to show you some various examples of things that you can put in your cache, or you might want to consider. What I'm about to show you is not necessarily what I'm putting in mine. It's just examples for you to get you thinking about what you might need. Every cache is going to be a little bit different, and you're going to have to suit it based on your needs. And I'll start now in no particular order. Over here I have food, and these are MREs. And unfortunately, I cannot put the entire package of an MRE in the 4-inch PVC pipe. However, if you take them out of the boxes and packaging like this, you can fit them in there. Also, just another example is a can of sardines. Over here I have information, which is the Survival, Evasion, and Recovery Manual. A map. You could put first aid information. Right here is a decent knife. Above that is a water container. This is an emergency bivvy from Adventure Medical Kits. It's like an emergency blanket sleeping bag. First aid items. A single emergency blanket. Rope and paracord. And a garbage bag. The garbage bag I'm going to be lining the PVC pipe with for added protection. And also, after you dig it back up, you can use it for other things too. A compass, a headlamp, or you could put flashlights, and make sure you put extra batteries too. Over here is some cheap work gloves and a wool hat to keep warm. And ammunition is probably one of the biggest reasons why you'd want to make these, because they're going to start coating ammunition and they're going to start taxing it big time, so we can't afford it. So now is the time to start preparing these things. If they declare martial law and the Constitution's suspended, there's going to be government thugs coming to your house trying to take your stuff, your ammunition, your guns, your gold and silver, your food. So now is the time to prepare these caches. Extra magazines for your weapons. Gold and silver. It's going to be used as currency. Over here I have like a little cheap backpack that I got for free somewhere. And it's not necessarily the best one, but it works and it's better than nothing. And the good thing about it is it folds up real small and I won't have a problem fitting it into the cache. And so those are just basically some different examples to get you thinking about what maybe you want to put in yours. Again, it's going to be different for everybody. Also, I'm going to be making a part 2 when I actually go out and bury the cache, and I'll also be giving tips about that. And that's basically it for part 1. Stay tuned for part 2. I appreciate all the comments and support and subscriptions, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.